So at this stage of the game, one, I'm worried about getting the dumpster picked up. Two, I'm worried about getting paid for both the fact that it's overloaded and the fact that now I'm gonna have to do one of two things. Basically either figure out a way to get the job done for them, or B, dump the whole thing out on the ground and pay someone with a big truck to come and do that.
Good morning, beautiful people. So today's episode is going to be a very special one. Do not miss out, because you are going to see the way I handled a unique situation that would honestly have pissed a whole lot of people off and probably would have taken it out on their customer. This was supposed to be 4 cubic yards of concrete. I already opened up the door and let some fall out.
All right, guys, it is story time. Now, before I get into story time, please do me a favor. Like, subscribe, share a video. Really helps the channel. I don't ever say that. At the end of the day, I don't know if it even helps anything, but I see people do it all the time. Let's see if it helps.
Yesterday, I dropped a can for a concrete job. The booking party said it was only 350 square feet of sidewalk, which, if you do the cubic yardage calculations, is about 4 cubic yards. Those 4 cubic yards, in theory, would probably push the line a little bit. So I said, don't even worry about it. I just quoted him a price. I said, I'll honestly even do a swap out midway just to keep myself safe, because the job was conveniently located to a concrete spot and I had a route going through there that day. So I go to do the second dumpster, and when I show up for the second dumpster, my 15-yard can is loaded over the top. Whew. So let me just show you guys what it is I pulled up to the other day, and you tell me what you think. This was supposed to be 4 cubic yards of concrete. I already opened up the door and let some fall out, but my Lord, that is way more than 4 yards. This, they hadn't broken up yet, so this is just here in a pile, which is not a huge deal. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do with these big slab pieces, but hopefully he'll be able to pick them up with his ex. We'll find out, but either way, gonna be fun. This is not ideal, but it is what it is. Let's rock and roll, baby. Immediately, you could do one of two things: lose your mind on your client, dump the stuff all out, any number of options that would have led to a bad relationship. But let's take a look at how I handled it.
At this point, I walk over. The crew is the only people there. The project manager's not on the job site. And I go, hey guys, this isn't gonna work. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? This was supposed to be 350 square feet. He goes, 350 square feet? Who told you that? And I go, well, your boss did, the guy that booked the dumpster. He goes, oh, he's an idiot. So I just started, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we doing here? Long story short, the crew tells me, he goes, yeah, I mean, we did the calculation. It's more like 900 square feet. I go, yeah, I can see that now. So obviously they don't want to hand unload this dumpster. They have a skid steer, so they can't really get in there and grab pieces out with an excavator or anything like that. So I go, okay, let me see what I can do. I'm gonna open the door, see if I can't get it to tilt a little bit. One, I decided on my way backing up to it that I didn't like this idea because I don't want to mess up my equipment. And two, I even tried to lift it a little bit, way too heavy. So at this point, I have a way overloaded dumpster, a crew on the ground that needs to get this job done, and ultimately at the end of the day, I have a customer with a problem. That problem is a bunch of concrete, and I have me, the dumpster company, with a problem, and that is a very overloaded dumpster that I in no way, shape, or form can pick up. Now, the job is also 3 times what I quoted them to get it done. So at this stage of the game, one, I'm worried about getting the dumpster picked up. Two, I'm worried about getting paid for both the fact that it's overloaded and the fact that now I'm gonna have to do one of two things. Basically either figure out a way to get the job done for them, or B, dump the whole thing out on the ground and pay someone with a big truck to come and do that. Now, I've already gotten paid enough that I could hire out a guy with a bigger truck, which I have a friend that can do it. I could just take the money, dump the contents, be on our way, It's now your problem. I fulfilled my duties. You broke our contract. I'm not worried about getting rid of your concrete anymore. Find someone else to do it. Now, he didn't answer the phone when I called the booking party. He didn't answer the phone when I called the first time, which was right there at the dumpster. I then called him again on my way home. Didn't answer. And then thankfully about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, he called me back, goes, hey, sorry, I was in the dentist for the last few hours. It's not been a lot of fun, but you know, my project manager tells me dumpster's really overloaded. And I go, yep. So at this point, this is where the way you act and the way you handle a situation dramatically changes the conversation, right? So I could have blown up on the guy. I could have been really upset. I have every right to be upset because quite frankly, I don't even know how my can is going to hold up if we try to pick it up with the current weight that is in it, which is a problem. So I say, yeah, you know, it's like I'm not in a good spot right now. I have no way of picking up that can. I know you have to get that job done. They got a concrete truck coming in the next couple days. Ultimately, I've got a couple solutions for you, right? Solution one, your guys take every single piece of that concrete out by hand, or, you know, if they want to rent a different machine to do it, whatever. And then we basically do that job in 3, maybe 4 dumpsters of mine. I would run loads to get rid of all that concrete. Option 2 is going to be I hire a bigger truck to come and pick up my dumpster, probably let some of that out just so it doesn't collapse my dumpster or do any damage to my equipment. And then the remainder of it will get picked up by me, whatever's just kind of like dumped on the ground, the little bit of leftover that's there. And I didn't give him option C, but in my mind, option C was, or I hire my tandem truck driver, he dumps all that shit out and you guys are on your own, which I did not say. Because at the end of the day, I don't know where this guy's mind is. Is he trying to rip me off? Is he just really bad at math? Is the, you know, scenario just he was told the wrong information? I don't know. But at the end of the day, he has a problem, I have a solution. I have a problem, he has a solution. What is those solutions? He's got money, I've got dumpsters, right? And that's what we're here in business for. So, long story short, he goes, all right, what's it gonna cost to get all that taken care of? Whatever you gotta do, just what's it gonna cost? And at this point, I said, I mean, realistically, probably a little bit over $1,000. Now you have that, like, what's he gonna say moment, right? So I say, it's gonna be a little over $1,000. Immediately goes, not a problem, send me an invoice. I sent him an invoice. The thing was paid in light speed. 5 seconds. I click send, he had opened, signed, paid. So today, I have a happy customer. I end up making $1,500, $1,600, and then I get to pay my buddy, which he said he would actually do it for free, but I'm not gonna let him off the hook that easy. I'm gonna pay the guy because he's got to take his time, his truck, go, you know, pick up one of my cans. Thankfully, concrete dumps for free. So this will be a very positive net experience, assuming my can is not just completely crumbled into pieces by the time we're all done, which is still a little bit of a fear of mine, not gonna lie. That's just the reality of the situation. I got probably 12 or 15 tons in a light duty dumpster, but ultimately how I handled that situation made it not a miserable experience moving forward. And at the very least, I have an opportunity to make good money and build a good relationship with this client who is understanding of everything and just wants to have the problem go away. And that's what we're here for. We are problem solvers. So we did have a slight change of plans. Originally, I was gonna have my buddy come with a tandem axle truck, something big just to get this picked up.
but that is looking like it is not going to be happening today. So I called up my buddy who has a mini excavator. You've actually seen him in a couple videos now, but he helped me out last month crushing the boat. Now he's going to be using his mini X to transfer this stuff from this dumpster to the next one. Probably at least 2 transfers, so I'll end up doing 3 loads of concrete, and the last one will just be me picking up this dumpster here. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. We'll figure it out as we go, right? He should be here any minute. We'll get started.
Doing dump run number 1. Probably going to be doing this in 3 loads, so I'm going to drop my empty can there as soon as I get back. Probably transfer a little bit over as I pick up the other one, but really at the end of the day I should be able to pick up what's left in that can, and then there's a small pile behind that can. So probably going to do 3 trips. I think on the second one I'll ask if I can leave the can over here at Paw, and then when I grab the final one, dump it, run that back to the yard, come back and pick the can up from Paw, either later tonight or tomorrow possibly, just depending on what time we get done. But we'll see. All in all, I don't think it'll take too much longer to get this whole job done. Thankfully, Paw, the concrete aggregate dealer and concrete recycler, is very close to this job, so the trips won't take very long. There's never a line there. You just pull up, tell them what you're dumping, go to the dump spot and get it gone. So I'm over here at Paw Materials right now. We got all the kinds of big equipment over here. This is dumpster number 2 of 3, just emptied her out. I'm gonna put it down on the ground right here, go pick up the final one so I can get that off of that job site and just be done with the headache that is that concrete job. Let's go grab it. All right, no more concrete. It is now all in this dumpster. Looks to be a nice, probably 4 or 5 ton load right there, but we are all done. And now it is their problem. That job definitely could have been way worse than it was. It was not the most fun job I've ever done, that's for sure. I think they owe me a couple new boards because my boards are broken. But my dumpster door's closed on that last one, which is one of the more important parts of the puzzle. So, all in all, gotta have fun with it, because this job will definitely beat you down if you let it. Ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. Shout out to Wraps Roll-Ups. Whew. So, all in all, cost me a couple dollars to get it gone, but everything dumps for free. After I dump this final load, I will update you guys with a final weight, but I'm guesstimating 15 tons total. So let's get her dumped and we'll go from there.
Well, they tried to lock me in here. My goodness. Ugh. Thankfully, there's no lock on it.
All right. So guess what the total was? 18 tons. That was 18 tons of concrete. Started with 350 square feet, ended up 18 tons. So that was a learning experience. Goes to show you, no matter what it is that you communicate, you are gonna have people that just throw that shit right out the window and do whatever they want. So 18 tons. Crazy. Thankfully I got it done in a few loads, so everything's hunky-dory. But man, 18 tons.